What's going on, everybody, and welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Seahawks video. Seahawks game. Sorry, I just woke up not long ago. But if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. All right, so wow, wow, one of the best games. This is the best defensive performance I've seen since the start of the decade. Mike McDonald just keeps outdoing himself every week in and week out with his defense, man. All right, firstly, I will say it. It was a rookie quarterback in his NFL debut, Max Brosmer, who I think is not going to start another NFL game after that performance. That was atrocious from his end. He had 5 total turnovers, 4 interceptions with a pick 6. He was not having a fun time yesterday, and I knew for a fact that we were going to dominate this guy. And when I did say we had to take care of business and we had to blow these guys out, and sure enough, we did. We blew these guys out by by 4 scores, 26 points. So that is really, really good. Complete team win against a clearly inferior team. And this was just an amazing win right here. Ernest Jones, he locked up probably Pro Bowl with that game right there, and he has to get the NFC Defensive Player of the Week after that performance. 2 interceptions with a pick 6, and he has I don't know if he has a sack or not, but this dude 12 tackles, he has 6 interceptions. Oh no, he set a goal of finishing the year with 6 interceptions. He has 5 after I think after that pick. Let me see. All I know is he's 5. He is tied second most in the league of any player with interceptions, man. This dude is playing at an all-pro level. Not just Pro Bowler, all-pro. I know there are people like Nick Bonito that exists, or Zach Bond that's probably still going off over in Philadelphia. I know since Warner was going to get all pro for sure if he stayed healthy, but he's out now. Ernest Jones, man, this dude is playing out of his mind this year, and I'm glad he's been back and healthy. He had a little bit of an injury scare in this game, but he said his knee is fine. It's just great to have this guy, man. I'm so glad we traded for him, and I'm so glad we extended him. We traded a 4th round pick for this dude, and this dude is playing at a Pro Bowl level, and that is clearly a win for us. We won the trade so far, it looks like, with Tennessee. So, I mean, 5 total turnovers. We were pressuring. We were making Brosmer's life hard in that pocket in the backfield, man. I mean, that offensive line was just getting crunched every single time. I mean, they were missing 2 starters. They're missing Donovan Jackson and they were missing Christian Darrisaw, those are massive blows to be missing on your O-line, and it showed. He was pressured a lot of his pass back attempts, and he was sacked 4 times. So it clearly was not looking well for him. But then again, our defense is just that dominant. I mean, we were rushing 4 and we were still getting home as usual. It's just how dominant our D-line is. This is arguably one of the best D-lines that the Seahawks have ever had, if not the best D-line by numbers that the Seahawks have ever had. This is ridiculous of what we're seeing from this D-line. And it's helping out our secondary. Our secondary has improved mightily these past couple weeks. And not overall, I say it not mightily, not over the past couple weeks, but just over the season. The first half of the season, we were kind of getting shelled a little bit in the passing game. Albeit, we were missing a lot of our secondary pieces. They were hurt. Julian Love's still out. We've been having Ty Okada in. Devin Witherspoon's missed some time. I think Woolen might have missed some time. We've been missing time from these players. Job. We're missing time from our secondary players, but now that we have some of these players back, Bryant's still here. He had an interception yesterday. Witherspoon, Job, who left with a concussion scare, but I think Mike said he's fine. Those guys are back, and then we got Emin Wari, who's playing phenomenally at that big nickel spot. This team, this defense, this secondary is improving a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if even next year the secondary is the best in the league. So. This is we are looking like we don't really have much holes on that defense, and we're looking like we don't really have much holes overall on this team. I think obviously the big hole I would say is our run blocking. Obviously, I do think our O-line is still, a good player away from being a solid O-line. Anthony Bradford's got to get the hell up out of here, man. This has got to be his final season here in Seattle. Yesterday. He arguably had his worst game as a Seahawk, and he's had really, really bad games so far this year. So I'm hoping this is like the writing on the wall for John Schneider and company. Like, yo, this dude sucks, and he is not an NFL guard. He needs to be gone. I do think that's what will happen, but unfortunately, that's who we have right now because apparently Christian Haynes was not good enough to beat this guy. So not good at all, and I'm not happy with the way that this team is or not with the way he's looking right now. So. Yeah, like Anthony Bradford, one of the worst guards he's probably a bottom 5 guard in the league with his play. I mean, there were so many whiffed blocks yesterday that he missed. So many blocks he whiffed, I should say. And I like that. For example, like that Charbonnet one on when we were inside it was a goal to go situation. Bradford's job was to rotate from the right side from his natural position at right guard and push his way over, pull his way over to the left side, and block any defender coming off the edge. He completely whipped his block, and Charbonnet was tackled in the backfield for a -2 loss or something like that. That's just unacceptable. And Anthony Bradford just got to go. But that also makes me heavily disappointed in the decision to drafting Christian Haynes because, like I said, is this guy really not that good? Is this guy really worse than Anthony Bradford to not be taking this guy's spot? Like, that's crazy, man. So, obviously, we're going to be drafting a right guard sometime next year. Either we're going to trade for something, or trade for a right guard, or draft a right guard. I think we're going to draft one, even though this next draft upcoming sucks next year. I'm sure you'll be able to find a good guard in a top spot. So, but yeah, like, I'm going to go a little bit more on just kind of the offense this game. I understand what they were doing. We were playing very, very conservatively, knowing that we were going to hold this Vikings offense in check. That's great coaching right there. But with that said, this was a carbon copy of Week 1 versus the 49ers. One play action pass attempt. One. Just one. And Darnold has identical numbers to that Week 1 game. 100-something yards, like over 100 yards, and a fumble. We didn't run play action. So I don't know what we're doing there. I think maybe Clint Kubiak's just like, you know what? This is the Vikings. We're facing, even though it's Brian Flores, we're facing freaking a rookie quarterback in his NFL debut. If I cannot scheme a play, if I can't scheme like non-playoff play action pass plays to outplay a rookie quarterback, then I'm just not a good offensive coordinator. I'm pretty sure that's what Clint Kubiak was going for. But it was a little alarming to see Sam not really have a good game for the second time in 3 weeks. So last week he had a decent game against the Titans, but obviously he had that stinker against the Rams a couple weeks ago. And then this game he didn't have any touchdowns and he fumbled the ball. Albeit I do not blame him for that loss. I blame him for that sack. I kind of blame Barner for that because he was going to block the guy that sacked Darnold, but for some reason he just decided not to do it. So he started double teaming, which I don't think he should have done that. So I don't really blame Darnold for that, but it did happen. So, but the thing is we adjusted in the second half. We did a lot more tight end screens. We did a lot more outside runs with Charbonnet. We adjusted, and that's good. And we did that against the Niners too. We adjusted in the second half, but we're gonna have to do better. We're gonna have to start. We're gonna need to run play action passes because if you don't want to have a repeat of what happened against the Niners in Week 1, you're gonna have to do that stuff. Sam Darnold's one of the best quarterbacks in the league when you run play action. Don't run away from it. I'm pretty sure, like I said, he was doing it. Probably want to keep some plays saved for when we have to face the Rams again. And we have to face the Colts. We got to face the Rams. We got to face the Panthers. We got to face the Niners. Our final 4 games of the season, as of right now, are above four straight 500 teams. So maybe he's just trying to keep his plays to himself. And especially since next week we face the Falcons, who are not looking good. We're going to have to face Kirk Cousins again because Penix is out on IR. So offense, I'm thinking we'll do a little bit better next week. But 19 points, not really good. Albeit, I got to give credit to Brian Flores' defense because Brian Flores is a hell of a play caller. And he did say before the game, that he's going to blitz the hell out of Sam. And he sure enough did. And, well, Sam kind of didn't do his best today. So, also, if you hear like a buzzing in the background, that people are outside cutting the lawn. So sorry if you hear that. But yeah. I do have to mention something else, though. JSN, he was very quiet today. Or yesterday. Very, very quiet. He only had 2 receptions for 23 yards. But then again, we weren't running any play action. And he thrives in play action. JSN thrives at getting open in play action. But the thing is, that's okay because, like I said, we were playing conservatively. And we were really just trying to let our defense win this game. And our defense did win this game. Our defense won this game. So, also, this is kind of the sidetrack. I do want to mention this. This is the first time we've shut out a team since 2015 when we coincidentally shut out the Chicago Bears, another NFC North team, with the same score, 26-0. It's crazy to think about. But anyway, I wanted to bring that up. But we didn't need to, though. Like I said, we didn't really need to get the receiving game going. I mean, we did. Not really. No, we didn't really need to get it going. We had the ground game going. I mean, even though it looks like we didn't, with Walker only having 56 carries, we had over 100 rushing yards yesterday. Although it was on a measly 3.9 a carry, so that's not really the best. But we had over 100 rushing yards. So both Charbonnet and Walker had pretty much identical stats, and Charbonnet had that touchdown. So that's really good to see, and I really like that we have that. That two-headed monster. They'll both get some yards. They're sure they didn't get 100 yards, but they're both sharing that responsibility, and they're getting us chunk yardage, especially when we need it. Because I think these past few weeks I think we're going to really lean more and more into that run game. So I do like where we're at right now with what we're doing on offense. At least not this game. Like next game, I want us to be a little more aggressive. This game we were pretty conservatively, but like with us running the ball more and us running the ball a little bit better. This is I think our 4th straight week of having 100 more rushing yards on the ground. I'm glad that we're keeping this up. So, we held the run defense again, man. Like we held the Minnesota rushing offense to 66 yards on the ground total. Like another just excellent performance against the run this year. The only really big run that Jordan Mason that they had was that Jordan Mason run. That was really it. Outside of that, they had nothing on the ground. So that is just great to see from this D-line, man. And we're missing Jaron Reed. We're missing Jaron Reed, who is huge on that front D-line front, and we dominated. So that's really, really good to see. Very great to see. So overall, just a great team win, especially by this defense, man. Byron Murphy, he's having, like I said, he's continuing his breakout year. He had a sack, he had a TFL. Like, this dude is playing out of his mind, man. I think I don't know if that's his 6th or 7th sack this year, but let me see. He has 7 sacks this year, man. He's playing like a Pro Bowler, and he would get my Pro Bowl vote. He's definitely taking that step up this year compared to last year, and I'm very happy to see that. DeMarcus Lawrence, he is arguably our best free agency signing outside of Sam Darnold, because this dude had, not only did he have that 2 fumble recovery touchdown game against the Cardinals, this dude had a monster game with the sack. He had a TFL, a QB hit, and I think he had did he have a fumble recovery? Let me see. No, I don't think he did. Let's see. I think he might have, because I know Aaron Jones fumbled a ball. Either way, man, like, second best free agency signing outside of Sam Darnold, in my opinion, for sure. Like, that was just a great signing right there. This dude still proved that he has it in the tank. I mean, his name is Tank Lawrence. When he's healthy, and he's been healthy for the most part this year, knock on wood. And that's really great to see, and I love it. I just love it. Even Nick Amori had a nice pass deflection, and he wasn't really targeted much this game, which is great because that means that people aren't wanting to throw to his side, knowing that he's a physical DB. So yeah, I just love this overall effort on this defense, man. This is really we are back. This is Legion of Boom stuff. Instead, it's Legion of Boom. It's mob apparently. Mission over bullshit is the acronym, and I love it. I mean, it encapsulates what this team wants, and it is to complete the mission over anything other, and that is bullshit. So Obviously, there are some things we need to clean up. There are some penalties. Like, I know Emmanwori, the one thing that came to mind was Emmanwori had that unnecessary roughness where he tossed Jay Jettis to the ground where he just didn't need to. The play was well over. But, like, that we have some dogs in this team. And that's okay. Sometimes people are they're showing themselves out. So we got dogs in this team on all sides or all facets of the team, both on the offense and the defense. So this is just like, man, exquisite. This is just exquisite of what John Snyder's done. So, moving on, like, I'm gonna look at I'm just gonna look overall like the stats this year and like where we rank. I mean, we are top 10 in both categories. We're top 10 in offense and defense. And most of the time, who wins the Super Bowl? A team that is top 10 in both offense and defense. So we are top 10 in total yards per game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are 9th in the league in total yards per game at 352.5. We are 11th, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, we are 11th. Or no, we are 9th in yards, in passing yards per game. And we're still like a little bit toward the bottom, but we're much better than where we were earlier in the season. Like, earlier in the season, we were in the 20s, and we're like, I think that's probably like 18th or something in the league at 117 yards per game. But points is really all that matters in the end. We're tied at third with 29.2, and even then, like Dallas, they're just barely above us at 29.3. And then obviously we got the Lions. And they face off on Thursday night, so that's one of those two are going to drop, I feel like, unless they both have a shootout, which is very possible. But this offense, it's top 5 in the league still by all metrics, by all scoring metrics. So that's really good to see. And then, go over to the defense. This defense is just proving week by week by week, and we'll see what happens next week against the Falcons. I mean, if we're out here, if we limit the Falcons to 10 points or less, man, even though it's the Falcons, like, it shows that we are for real and we are ready. So, obviously, Houston is still the number 1 team in the league in terms of yards per game. They're number 1 in like pretty much everything. Yards per game, points per game, but we are 6th in the league in total points, total yards per game. That we were actually kind of like in the teens, but we've gotten into the top 10 in that aspect. Here we are 11th in passing defense. You allow just a little over 200 yards per game in the air. And then on the ground, obviously, we're one of the best. We're top 3. We are 3rd in the league at 88.8 rushing yards per game, and it's amazing. And then we just recently, after that performance yesterday, we went from 19.7, allowing 19.7 points per game, to 18.1, nearly a 2-point drop just from shutting out these Vikings. And we overtook Denver. We are now 3rd in the league at scoring defense. We are just now behind the Los Angeles Rams and the Houston Texans. So, man, I'm very, very happy to see this. And so this defense is really going to be put to the test these past few weeks, especially against, like I mentioned earlier in the video, those final 4 games where it's going to be, as of the making of this video, it's going to be against 4 straight above 500 teams. That's going to be they're going to be really good tests for us. The Colts, the Rams, the Panthers, and the Niners. And then if we win let's say we win 3 out of 4. People can't really use that you didn't beat a good team excuse anymore. And they're going to move the goalposts to the we'll wait till we see it do it into the playoffs. So we'll see what happens, but this is a very important, we sort of get another freebie. Obviously, no game, Mike said it himself, no game is ever easy. No game's a freebie in this league. But as fans, we pretty much assume that when we're facing the Falcons next week, it's highly likely we're going to win that game. We're going to be 10-3 after week 14. Which, that helps. And the Niners are going to be on a bye, so that means we'll gain a half game on them if we win, which I think we'll win that game in Atlanta. So, 10-3 coming back home to face the Colts. We win that game going 11-3. Then it's going to be a massive showdown against the Rams. So obviously we can't look ahead. We got to look to this. We got to take it one at a time. Obviously 1 week at a time, as we've been doing all season. And we got to go and, worry about the Falcons. So, but looking at our overall rankings, we are back at the top spot for DVOA at 39.8%. I think previously it was the Rams last week. And then this week they lost to the Panthers, which was massive for us. in this division race. That was huge. Like, shout out to the Panthers. I mean, I was rooting so hard for them last week against San Francisco, and I was pissed that they lost, even though I felt like that game was very winnable with Brock Purdy throwing 3 picks. They made up for it. Bryce Young followed up with one of the worst games of his career to one of the best games of his career. I think the best game of his career. So that puts us right back in the race for the division, and we're right on the LA's tail. So, but same with the Niners, though. And we gotta keep winning. So let's keep stacking wins, as Mike says. But top spot in the DVOA, I think we are the top ranked team by the NFL, by NFL Network. So that's really, really good. Like we're like right now, this team is really giving off 2013 vibes. It's just a matter of can we get it done, considering that this entire team itself has not been to the playoffs. Obviously, we have a few players that have been to the playoffs, like Tariq Woolen. He went to the playoffs. Charles Cross has been to the playoffs. But a majority of this team has not been to the playoffs. I know we have like veterans. Like I know Jaron Reed's been to the playoffs. I know Cooper Kupp obviously has been to the Super Bowl and won that. We got obviously Sam Darnold. But like overall, collectively, we need to go to the team as we need to go to the playoffs as a team, because even if we lose in like the second round, we want a playoff game, gain experience. We'll be even better next year. So even if this I feel like this is like a 2012 type season, and then next year when we fix our right guard position and really just tidy up this team, get a better wide receiver, this team's going to be unstoppable. So I really love where we're at right now. And 9-3, I mean, this is the best team we've had since 2020. So we got to take advantage of it, even though we're in a very tough division and a very tough conference. We can't. We're so deep into it. We got to keep doing it. So keep trucking. And I did it. You know, my prediction was 12-5, and I still think it could still be 12-5. But with the way we're playing, man, if we we win next week and just keep winning more games, we could realistically win out, and we could go 14-3. I don't think it'll happen, but it is a possibility. So we will see what happens, and it is just, I'm very happy, and I just want to say thank you, Mike Macdonald. Thank you, John Schneider, and thank you, Mike Macdonald, for not letting this team go in a very dark direction following the Pete Carroll era. Because we could have really, seriously, after we fired Pete Carroll after that final 9-8 season, we could have really gone into the gutter and just said, you know what, we're gonna tank, and we're gonna do what a lot of these other teams are doing and just tank properly. No. We retooled like we normally do. We went and hired the hottest head coaching candidate on the market, one of the best defensive minds in the league, to fix this defense. And then we slowly just replaced pieces that we've fit into this new regime, and it's been paying dividends, man. Got rid of DK, got rid of Geno, and this offense is a top 5 unit in the league, whereas last year it was like 19th. And then defensively, we're top 3 in the league, where 2 years ago when Pete Carroll was coaching this defense, it was like bottom 10. So John Schneider, and this all stems from John Schneider. John Schneider is the one responsible for building this team. He is responsible for building the team that we have on this field today. And I have to thank him, and I'm very thankful for him. And I knew this year was a make or break it for him, and clearly it wasn't, because the team extended him, and he is outperforming expectations. He's doing what he was doing back 10 years ago. So I'm just excited for this team this year, and just for the future. This future is very bright. We're one of the youngest teams in the league. I love where we're at. So, we're in a very good spot, and we just got to keep winning. That's all we got to do. We got to keep winning. So, but I think that's all I have for this video. I will be making a preview video for the Falcons game later on this week, most likely. I will be out of town from the December 6th, not December 6th, from December 8th to the 21st. I'll be going to Florida, and then I will be in Seattle to go to that Rams game and just to visit Seattle since I haven't been there in a minute. But I will not be able to make preview videos for the Colts game. I will try if I can. I don't think I will be able to because I won't have my laptop and stuff with me. But maybe I'll make maybe I'll do a post or something on and maybe you guys do maybe you guys are the ones that preview the team against the Colts. Against the Rams. Maybe I'll make a poll and you guys leave in the comment section what you think will happen and what should happen for this team to win. Stuff like that. Try to get you guys involved a little more in the community. So let me know what you guys think about that, and let me know about what you think guys about this game and just overall where we're at this year. I think we're in a really good spot, like I said. But anyway, I digress. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day. And go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.